Hi everyone. Today what I decided to do is the cards that I pulled, I am asking them, what is your best feature? And so I matched them up with just different oracle decks that I have. And so those oracle cards are going to answer that question for each card. So the first card I got was the Aeon, which is number 20. And that, in the book, it said that it was like a clarion call to like awakening and you being able to decide who you are, and you have this whole world that you get to frolic in and really explore the world, but I guess at the same time you're mostly exploring yourself. So I really like this card, and the question again is, what do you like about yourself? Like, what are you liking right now about yourself? So that's the question. And the deck I'm using here, it's a new deck. I just got it in yesterday and I pre-ordered it. It's by Tarn Ellis and it's You Are Home. She has an Etsy shop where she was doing affirmation cards. And so anyways, I think this is her deck, her first like mainstream deck, and I got it on Amazon. So anyways, it's like 64 cards. I really like it. So in answer to the Aeon, it says, I choose to replace my negative thoughts with positive and loving ones. So this is how it looks together. I really like how they look together. I like kind of like her headdress and then her hair, and just kind of like they have a lot of similarities in like form and shape kind of. And so I really like this because what the Aeon is telling me is that she really likes her positivity. She really likes her sense of belonging here, which is exactly what this card is saying. Not necessarily the belonging piece, but the positivity piece. And she looks like she's sure of herself, and she definitely looks like she is. So yeah, I think it's like the self-confidence, the willingness to explore, and having that abundant mindset instead of the scarcity mindset. The second one, ooh, Seven of Knives, which is cleverness. So, so it's the Seven of Swords, and I really like cleverness. Sometimes like the Seven of Swords is not my favorite card. I kind of sometimes like have, instead of like being it clever, I usually read it as like cleverness, but with some devious aspect to it. So it's strategy, but it's strategy without really considering other people. It's kind of like the means justify the ends kind of thinking. But let's see what this oracle deck says. It says concerned. So on the bottom, the words are nervous, anxious, worried, careful approach, and fear. So this deck, it was kind of an impulse buy a while ago, and it's the Romance Dolls by Mahrukh X. And I think it's still available on Etsy, but I saw someone on here go through it, and she uses it for her love readings. And so it's like, I don't know, I really liked it because they're all dolls, and I thought it would be a lot of fun to have a deck like this because, again, sometimes I can be a little too serious with these things, and I feel like there's only one certain way I want to do it, or else, you know, I'm not really like committing, like I'm just taking it too lightly. And it comes in a bag like this. The cards, I mean, it's just like, it's super cheap. I mean, you're paying like for these images, and I don't know, I thought it was really funny and is really expensive. But I think they're like 100 cards. Okay, so what Miss Seven of Swords really likes about herself is the ability of being cautious. So that's what I take from it, which is right up this Seven of Swords kind of mentality, which is like being sharp, but with strategy. You have to like have some premeditation. You have to have some planning ahead. You have to have like plan A, plan B, plan C. So I think that this is kind of saying the same thing, where it's like, it says careful approach, fear, anxious, nervousness. But the words that stick out for me are the concerned and the like approaching with caution. So I think that that's what the Seven of Swords likes about herself. And really, this is the first time I'm using this in a reading, and they're usually used in love readings. So cute, I like it. It's also an Etsy deck. It's called Romance Dolls. The third card is the Ten of Cups, which is peace. Really sweet. Okay, so for some reason, there are times when cards that are, or decks that have a lot of representations of family, like traditional family structure and that kind of thing. Like sometimes I'm just not, I'm kind of like, ooh, like I don't really necessarily like that imagery of it. Of course, most of the decks have that. It's not that, I mean, I think it's also really good. It's a good representation of a symbol of what people want, kind of that comprehensive sense of belonging, your tribe. So I get it, but I don't mind it just because it's kind of like in that black and white. The baby's cute. Anyways, okay. So what does Miss Ten of Cups like about herself? Let's see. So the one answering this question is from the Crystal Clear Oracle deck. I think I got this from eBay a while ago. And it does come, here are the backs, and these are, I really like this deck. I really like the images. It does come with a book. You guys, I'm really sorry about the lighting and the setup. I have very little space, and so anyways, so Ten of Cups. What does she like about her? Mystic Merlinite, communication, epiphanies, and enchanted memories. Wow. This to me is a very dreamy, sort of peaceful image. I think this baby, I mean, these look like three different like ornaments or something, but I feel like they're also kind of like looking over their family as these animals are doing the same thing. So I almost think that this whole thing, especially with this kind of border, is indicative of peace and family and tribe and everyone kind of having their own different roles. But regardless, everyone is welcome, even though roles change. So yeah, I really, really like this. So I think what this card likes about herself is that sense of belonging, and what I'm getting also is that sense of when you have that peace, you're able to communicate with people within your tribe. You're able to have more creative epiphanies. So I think there's just a lot more safety when you're at peace and when you're around people that you feel for the most part unconditionally loved by. So I think with this card, what it's saying is you belong. You belong in your tribe just by the fact that you were born. You have other beings here who support you and love you. And you also have the capacity, because very clearly with a baby, like all of us who were also babies, you're loved by an army of people, meaning like your ancestors, your spirit guides, your gods. So I think that she really likes this representation of her. And this is a really cool like match or answer to that. So anyways, trying to keep it short, but I hope this was a little more interesting. And I really like that. I really like bringing out my oracle decks, as I've probably said a million times before. It's very expansive for me to be able to do that. And I think that I just had to have the time to really deep dive into the imagery and the decks and what I like doing. And I know that's always an evolving thing, but that was fun. That was fun. So I will talk to y'all soon. Take care.